Good morning, Mike and Alex. It's Lou, and it's Wednesday, April the 9th. I'd like to walk you through the preliminary design for the floor plan on the new building and go over it point by point with the product and the walls. So let's get started. As you can see, the departmentalization plan that I sent you earlier showing where departments would go hasn't changed. The only difference is this one has the furniture in it. So let's start at the front door. As shoppers enter the store, on the left and right of the front door there is a hard aisle. First of all, the center of the door is just a hard aisle. Left and right of that hard aisle are collections, are a couple of your three collections. To the left is one, to the right is the other, and then up near the sleep shop, the entrance to the bedding department, is the third collection. In the center core area of the store, this area right in here, I have stationary upholstery collections, along with a couple more, one more of your formal dining rooms that is not part of the collections, and across from it another formal dining room, and over here a third on the right hand corner of the store that make up the whole of your large formal dining room display. As a shopper turns to the right, most people do turn to the right on the aisle, they'll be heading right for the signage entrance into the mattress department. If they were to turn left at the front door, they would be heading right toward the signage entrance into the kids store. Let's assume they turned right, they're going to be going toward the mattress department. Inside the mattress department, you'll see they have an 11 unit lineup. Let me zoom in on that for you. Just outside the entrance to the mattress department is a formal bedroom, a large king. Inside the entrance to mattresses is also a full large king bedroom case goods presentation, and also inside the department, the mattress department, is a third large king bedroom with case pieces. The two inside the mattress department give you the ability to use those beds either for display, or you could also use them if you're running a mattress promotion or you want to showcase a special mattress, but they are full case groups. Along the one wall as you come in is your Serta Bellagio collection with a king and 3 queens, and then your promotional bedding are 4 queens here, and then the new Serta iComfort line with the king and 2 queens is shown here. So this gives you your whole bedding collection right in the middle of the mattress department. In the middle of the bedroom department. So as you walk in there, you can walk out in several different directions to get into the bedroom department, or you can also get into bedrooms on the regular furniture floor alongside, behind, and around the mattress department. The queens, your queen lineup, your promotional queens, the 6 of them, are shown back here. And so we have them along an imaginary aisle, and I'll explain the imaginary aisle concept to you in just a minute. And we have 3 of them here, and we have 3 of them there. So you can arrange your promotional by price point or however you want to do that. Let's talk for a minute about the imaginary aisle I just mentioned. In a store, the only thing the fire department is concerned with is getting people to an emergency exit if they need to get out of the building. So I'm showing the aisle in your store in 2 ways. Let me change the screen here so you can see it a little better. On this view you can see the aisle. One of the aisles here is shown in a magenta colored line. That's a dedicated hard surface aisle of some kind, either hard surface or carpet, and we can talk about that later. And that leads people from the front door to the office, around past all the major department entrances, and here you'll notice I added a dog leg that takes it up to the entrance into casual dining and the bedroom area. And I did this because I needed to get people back in this direction to get into this department. Where the aisle changes color, you'll see that here it becomes a blue aisle. At this point, at the archway entry into that is signage for the casual dining department, you'll see that the aisle changes into a 44-inch wide blue line. This is not a real aisle. This is just an aisle free of product, and it's marked that way on the merchandise plan that this is a dedicated fire or emergency exit path. So what we're telling the fire department by doing this is that this will not have product in it, and this is going to be kept clear so people can make it to the doors. You'll see that happening only in two places in the store to each of the exits in the back of the building. One is here, and the other is over in the kids furniture department, and it starts right where the hard aisle leaves off, and it weaves through here, and again, and it takes people all the way to the back of the door to get out of the store in an emergency. So if we let me see here. If we go back to the merchandise plan, you can see we've kept product out of the way of this aisle, so that the fire department knows, and it's marked clearly, that this is how people would exit the store in an emergency. Let's talk for a minute about traffic flow and visibility in the store, because those are two really critical areas that are important to you and to shoppers. It's important that shoppers can see where they're going and find departments easily. It's important that your people in the store can see the front door and find shoppers easily. So those aisles, the dedicated aisles and the imaginary aisles we were just talking about, they're not the only aisles in the store. There is much better traffic flow than that. So in each department, let's take the front corner here for example, and let me zoom in on that for you. Shoppers can get into this department off the main aisle, and when they do get into it, there's always more than one way to get in and out of an area. We always try, when we have display window, to get customers to walk into that window, so it's not just viewed from the sidewalk outside the store. So you'll notice we kept the wall, the little piece of wall that we used in here, far enough back to make it easy for shoppers to weave their way through here and end up actually in the window display as a part of their regular traffic flow of the store and moving through the store. I've used, in many areas, I've used your dedicated freestanding carpet racks that you use between sofas to display on. And the reason and why I'm mentioning that is I tried to use those in this store so that they don't block visibility into the depths of the store or across the store for the people from the office to be able to view the front door. So just as an example, your people at the cashier's positions in the store can see all the way through this round header element to the front door to shoppers exiting and coming into the store. Also, I use them for backgrounds where they're going to have the most impact, and here we move the Wheel of Fortune out into the center pod, into the round header area, and we have an area rug rack that's backing up a dining room case piece, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, and by moving it out a little bit off the office but still right next to it, we move the activity and the excitement of that Wheel of Fortune thing when a customer is spinning the wheel out into the middle of the store where more people are going to see it and hear it. On the motion side of the store, we did the same thing. We used the rug racks just where we can to enhance and give us a little break between product, but we also kept really good lines of sight through into the back corner of this department under the entry arch, so shoppers on the main aisle could see product all the way to the back corners of the store. You'll see also that I put an opening between youth and the motion department here, and there is another natural opening between the kids area and the office core restroom area right by the finance area here, Acceptance Now. And just let me touch on that while we're there right now. The Acceptance Now area I positioned right here on the corner, and this long thick rectangle represents a low wall. It's a 12-inch thick low wall. They'd be probably 48 inches high or thereabouts, so it gives him some privacy for his desk but still keeps this open so shoppers can walk around and see that there is a way to walk around into kids from here. In casual dining, I made all new templates to handle your product sizes that you gave me while I was in the store with you, and we added a double stack bar stool display with 10 on the bottom and 10 on the top on the back wall here. So as a part of casual dining, there's more perimeter wall we're using for case pieces and for bar stools, and we've floated your casual dining out in the department, and there's one across the aisle here by a living room set. I'll give you the numbers on those in just a moment. Let's talk about the kids store for a second, and then I'll get into product numbers that we have on the plan. Alex, I know this is your baby and I've tried to be very good to it, and I wanted to show you what I've done and how we can fit the product that you want into here, but I wanted you to see how much 5,000 square feet will hold in this configuration. And like I say, we are limited to keeping product out of this exiting aisle, but the most important thing is that I wanted you to get a feel for what the department would look like. The rounded signage header would have the words, kids or whatever we decide to call the department on the outside in neon or backlit neon or LED letters. Inside, these three 36-inch round sonotube or wall constructions that are connected with headers can be the castle concept if you want to continue using that. That's what I drew this in mind with. And if we zoom in a little bit on this, you can see how we're moving customers into the department. As they come in, I've got a collection with two beds. I think here is a trundle, a twin with a trundle under it, and you can change this to anything you want, of course, and case pieces and a twin bed in a desk in this collection. To the right side, I've got a large Trendwood, that big loft bed, or one of the novelty beds from Trendwood, the great big ones. In the middle, I've gone to a full bed with a frame of some kind. It can be a canopy, it could be anything, and one of the twin metal bunks, similar to the way you're showing it now. And then right off of that, I've got the first boys group of the three boys sporting beds and the case pieces for that group. Now the entrance to this, the castle entrance idea allows you, there's four ways to get around this. You can come in and go past among the boys' beds and start a circular traffic flow. You can stay on that aisle and go through this opening, which is open between these two towers. This is a piece of solid wall between them. And then if you go to the left, you can go through this side of the towers, or you can even go around it and go this way. So there's four entrance paths into the department. The only piece of solid wall is between these two castle towers. The little square in there represents a structural column in that one. So shoppers will enter the department and go in, and right away they have three collections to look at. They've got two case collections and then some odd beds without case pieces. So let's start to the right as you come through. As I'm showing it now, again, Alex, this can all be moved around how you want it, but I wanted to show you how I would do it with the department space as it is, and knowing some of the numbers that you wanted to get. So here is a girls double bed group with a double bed and a twin bed, desk and case pieces. Out in the middle we have our day beds, our floating 6 day beds together. Behind that, by the restrooms, I didn't want to get product too close to the restroom doors, so we have to keep kind of an aisle to get back there. So I've got your 2 fulls and 2 twin corner beds. Then I got the colorful upholstered beds along here. I have case pieces with one of them. In this corner I have a full bedroom set. I'm showing it as an upholstered bed, but again, that could be anything with a dresser and chest, and we can put a nightstand and a desk in there. I've got 4 futons floating here. So this is all low pieces, kept very open, and then we have all that wall for display back here. As you move through the department this way, past there, you have another full twin group with case pieces, a single twin group with case pieces, and then I'm showing some of the other beds. The beds with the stairs that come up to the other bunks on the end are here, and then I've got your bunk bed lineup starting here, 2 here, there's 3 and 4 here, so I have 9. I have a twin full bunk in the corner, I have a twin full bunk here, and then I have either a twin full or trundles are here, and then I have a twin loft kids bed in the middle here. These can be, you can substitute anything you want on these pieces, but I was just trying to show you how we can get a lineup of bunk beds, futons, and your colorful upholstered beds, so that they'll be visible in collections by themselves. As we come down from the bunk bed section of the store back toward the motion wall, you'll be passing by more collections. Here's a single group. This could be either a single or double bed collection. This could be a single or the double bed collection. Here's another of the large Trendwood beds. Here is a twin and a full collection here. Here is the rest of the metal canopy beds. I have the one out here. I said it was a bunk bed. It's not. It's a twin canopy to go with this girl's bed. The other two are right here. And then here you have another double collection of whatever you want to use. So that's the kids lineup as I have it. We can change the names on these and move them around, but I wanted you to see how much product would fit into this area as it is. Let's talk numbers. How much will fit into this new building in the layout we have got going? Here's what I'm showing on the plan at this time. There are 46 upholstery groups, 23 are stationary, which includes your 3 collections, and 23 are motion groups, which include recliners. Among them is a mix of sectionals. Some of the sectionals have chairs, some of them don't. There are 18 master bedroom groups in the store, which include the 6 queen groups, which are your promotional in your medium price point groups, and 12 king groups, which include the 3 collections. In mattresses, in the new mattress department, there are 11 pieces broken down into 3 groups, 2 kings and 9 queens. In formal dining groups, there are 3 of the large dining groups that are in collections and 3 large dining groups that are not part of collections but are out in that same part of the store. We have 22 casual dining groups, which include 3 that are shown in the motion area with the bars. There are 2 bars in the motion area, and in the casual dining area there are 22 bar stools on display on a double rack. In the motion area there are 4 entertainment walls along with 4 groups of 3-stack entertainment centers. As I'm showing on the plan, Alex, in the kids store right now we have 9 twin bunk beds, 3 twin full bunk beds, 6 day beds, 4 futons, 2 corner bed twins, 2 corner bed fulls, 3 twin metal canopy beds. Then I have 6 collections of twin with case pieces. I have 1 collection of twin with case pieces. That's the boys sporting group, and 4 twin colorful upholstered beds. One of the sets of those has case pieces. There are 2 Trendwood huge play bed kids area, the big green monster beds, and 6 other beds, twin full and other configurations without case pieces. Let's review the office core just for a moment, and just to talk about the ADA thing, the little ADA change that we made in here. Let me zoom in on that just briefly. What happened with the sales counter was this: we had taken this end of the sales counter that was high, like the cashier area, and we dropped it down. And here I've got a seating section big enough for a wheelchair and somebody sitting with them in a regular chair, or 2 wheelchairs or whatever you need, but a place to handle an ADA needs customer, special needs customer. At this point, the counter at this blue line right here, the counter would return up to the height of the cashier station. So this is a place also where you could put a computer if you wanted one, or someone can step up and help somebody over the counter right here. So you've got your 2 cashiers, you've got your ADA sit-down area. Back here we've moved the door. For the receiving area from where it was, and we positioned the employee break room next to the receiving area. Both the men's and the women's restrooms now open into the kids department. The drinking fountains are here between the office and the restrooms. We've added a small janitor's closet with a sink for a mop sink. So you've got all your plumbing together on this one piece of wall that comes down, which really is a good move on your part. If in the future you want to add more of the finance type of stuff, we can do it along this wall next to the old rack financing. Or I wanted to mention this to you too, if you wanted to do something more with kids and bring it out here, we could drop these two groups, this motion group and this dining room, and we could bring kids out into here in this pod. I would suggest that you don't do that, but it is an option if you want to do it for a promotion or something. You could bring it out and put it right here in the store on this side. Let's look at how much actual wall construction we have inside the store. Again, the magenta lines are aisles and headers, and the black lines you see are wall construction. So let's start up here in the front corner and look at the motion department. There is very little wall. There's a wall at the front door to give your impact to your entry display. We have a structural column here that we bought a small wall off of. Again, we put that wall, positioned it so people can look deep into the department, but this gives us a wall for an entertainment center. And here we've picked up a structural column with a large archway that would have signage for motion furniture, whichever we decide to say on that. So that's, and then all the perimeter wall. So that's all the wall we have happening in here. If you look at the merchandise plan and you want to add more wall in here, I certainly can do that. Just let me know where you would like to add it. I try to keep these departments as open and flexible as possible, and we can add more perimeter wall off the perimeter wall, but I encourage you to try not to add more wall out in the middle of the departments, because then we start losing visibility, we start losing track of customers, and it just, the store gets a lot smaller looking. On the side to the right of the front door, we've got very little wall. We've got a T-wall and a small portion of wall here. We've picked up a structural column here. We have a small wall coming off that, and we have a wall coming off of here, a short wall here, and then we have the wall that is around our sleep shop. Again, this magenta dashed line represents a header above, not a wall on the floor. And then these black lines represent walls on the floor. So here we have the highest concentration of wall, and that is, of course, because we have bedrooms with case pieces that need to have walls. Where you see a dark blue line here, this represents a floor covering change. But depending on how we do wall heights in this, and we'll discuss that as we get further into the plans, these walls will need to go up because we're probably going to drop a ceiling grid at a different height in this area. This incomplete circle here is really a complete circle. It's just the way AutoCAD draws it. But this is a set of, there's one structural column here, but this is a set of 5 columns and a large round header that would either be a pop-up to the ceiling in the store, or it would be a pop-down in the ceiling of the store. And we did this for impact because there is no other wall in the middle. This also gives us the ability to get power on all these outlets around in the upholstery area, so you can light table lamps. As you come this way, the only thing we've got for wall back in here is the perimeter wall, and we've got the walls that are involved in building the bar stool display. And again, we picked up a structural column here, and we have the signage entrance into casual dining. The walls around your offices, we've talked about that quite a bit already, and the walls inside kids, the castle or whatever entrance element you want to add there. The perimeter wall we have completely around the whole department, so we have a lot of perimeter wall to merchandise on. We have a T-wall and just a straight wall, and then we have a few walls coming off the perimeter walls. So we don't have a lot of wall in here, and again, this is intentionally the case because we don't want to wall this thing in. We want to give you as much flexibility with floating product and moving it around as we can, yet still keep some semblance of collections like your bunk beds and so you can have things in collections and it's just not a hodgepodge with no organization to it. That pretty much does it from this end for now. What I'd like you to do is spend some time with this and let me know what changes you want to make in it. And then the sooner we can nail this down, Alex, we can move things around in the kids department and change labels on anything you want to. But I would like to get the merchandise plan finalized because we can't proceed on any other drawings until we have this plan nailed down. So this is really the key plan that makes the whole set of plans happen. So please take your time with it. If you have any questions, give me a call and we can discuss it, and then we can make any changes you want to make and we can move on from there. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you real soon.